Alrighty, welcome to RC Surf. Thanks for watching the video. This is a little update vlog for me, for anybody watching. Thanks for all you still watching. Been on YouTube now for about 2 years, 3 years. A couple hundred videos. I used to fly a lot of RC aircraft. Not so much, but YouTube, I actually sent me $100 off commission or whatever last year, and I'm right up at one total, like right now 180 something. So unfortunately they changed the rules and you have to have 4,000 subscribers. It's close to getting another $100, but this is a vlog for me personally and for anybody who's interested in mini quads, my evolution, the evolution of mini quads. It's just where I'm at right now. Not really flying any RC aircraft anymore lately. It's just kind of a hassle to get out to where our field is. It's about a half-hour away, where I go fly the mini quads right around my house, our apartment. And I got into mini quads about 2015. I think in 2014 I built a DJI flame wheel, and you know, and it was fun. It's just basically a video rig for the GoPro, and I learned a lot, and really like quads in general, flying them, seeing them, the whole thing. I sold that rig because just wasn't something I was into. I started getting into FPV with I bought the Eachine 250 Racer, and that was more, I don't know, entry-level toy. It was fun, but it was definitely a flawed product. And I saw a video from yesterday from UAV Futures, the guy's like, good day and today, good day, and but he also got into flying around the same time I did, and I also after that Eachine 250 Racer, I built my first kit. Was the same as the UAV Futures guy, the Emax 250 kit at the time, Dragonfish, whatever it was. It was just a 250. Again, a flawed, weak frame, broke a bunch of arms, crappy motors, but there were ESCs were the BL Heli Simon K's. It was just, and still running. I guess I took the flight controller, which is the CC3D, off of the Eachine 250 Racer. Also running Open Pilot at the time, and put that into this Emax kit. And again, it was with Open Pilot. It was it was a fun experience, but it was nothing where we're at now. And I do remember putting Betaflight on there for the first time. At that time, you could run Betaflight on CC3D, and it was just like night and day. I mean, it was just night and day doing air mode and just the filters and the smoothness. And that's really when I started really enjoying FPV, and that kit was just crap. So it was about 2016, I guess, about a year and a half or so ago. I bought my first really good frame. This is was a Martian 250 millimeter frame, and it was it's a copy of the Alien, I believe. And I had also put SPF3 in there, SBRF3 in there. And at the time was just the BL Heli ESCs, and I was using the motors from Emax motors, I believe, from that other kit. And that was fun for a while, and then I upgraded to new motors. These are really good, actually. I've had these for a while, and they still have great punch. Been through a few tumbles and still do well. By the way, I'm one of those that go with only two mounting screws on the motors. Anyway, these motors are the Racer Star BR2205 2300s, 30 amp BL Heli ESCs, and it's the SPRF3 that I originally had in there, but after a couple months I was noticing just, I don't know, brownouts or something. Anyway, but because I built it back then, we didn't really solder direct as we do now. It was pinned up, so you can just put the ESC connectors physically on the pins. Well, I noticed this about a month ago. I noticed it was just browning out, so I took it apart, took those out, soldered everything, put a new power distribution board, and this thing is running beautifully now. Um, even though it's now I have to consider this my second quad, because over the last month I built this one, and this is a 220 millimeter Martian 2. Again, a copy of the Alien, and smaller. I guess it's a 5-incher, and very little tolerances here. You gotta be careful. And this also has NICIDI, the city, 32-bit BLHeli ESCs, which I really love. By the way, on both of them, I've added capacitors to all the ESCs and the power port. Let's see, the ESC is 32-bit. I'm running now. I run 1800 Tattoo 75C 4S. This one I had a DSM satellite that I don't know. I just had it around and I use it. I'm liking it. I'm really liking it. What else? Also through the evolution of antennas, I've come to like these. I've had these now for about a year. These Fox here arrows, I find them pretty good. I'd say it was the first ones that really just didn't fall apart on me. What else? Oh, and then just recently after flying, again, I love this. This has, the M motors on this are the Emax red bottom RS2205 2650. And again, 2 screws on the motors. I love it. I love this punch. It's much lighter than any quad I've had, and I'm really having fun. And it's just a passion, and you get better. The more you watch, the more you do. There was another video recently by Mr. Steele, how to get better, and it's just about passion and wanting it, and being interested in studying and listening and practicing. And I love FPV, and this has been the best rig I could ever have hoped for, and I'm really stoked. I put down a couple bucks and built it. And of course, if you're into FPV and you start building them, you have to become basically electronics, a microelectronics wizard, between the soldering and everything else. But I love it. I love the hobby, and I'm really enjoying it. On this one though, recently because it was still even. Oh, and this one, I forgot to say that the flight controller situation on this actually took me a month to build it, because the first flight controller was the DYS F4 version 2. And I liked it. It flew beautifully. Good connections. The video was beautiful. They must have some really good inline filters. But the first one, after about 4 or 5 flights, I cut the power maybe a foot, maybe not even a foot, off of the grass at the end of the flight to land, and it wouldn't. When I put in a new battery, it wouldn't power up past the ESCs. So some kind of chip or something must have, or a crack on the board, whatever it was, because I couldn't. After taking it down, I couldn't figure it out. I ordered a new DYS F4 just to see, and after like my second crash, again the same thing. The board just stopped working. Couldn't even connect it to Betaflight. So I got about 2 weeks ago, I got this Maytech 405 CTR, which has the 6000 MPU gyro, and it's less sensitive to noise than the other ones that are on a lot of the other boards. Also the same gyro that was on the DYS F4 version 2. And I like it. I've put at least 10 packs through this one already, and I love the way it flies. It's been 1 or 2 crashes. It still works. The soldering, everything was just easy. It was all really, really good. The only issue was a lot of video noise coming out of the OSD, and put caps on all the ESCs, on the power. It still didn't really help. I raised the the motor frequencies to 48. I played with different. I think in the BLHeli 32. Its stock was 24 kilohertz or megahertz, Raised it to 48, it was still noise, but at 30, which is like right in the middle, the noise went down, but it still was just a little bit of like parallel lines, which I didn't get really on my other quads too much. So I did have a LC filter that I'd gotten from Banggood, and I put that on a couple days ago, and it just completely eliminated whatever little bit of noise, so it's got a nice clear picture. I'll be uploading today's videos after this one from today's flights, and so this one I'm really stoked with. You know, I can't complain. Now I have two good 250 and a 220 that I can always have a backup if one's down, which is the purpose of having a second you know, mini quad. And I also got this one about a year ago. This is a Aurora 100 millimeter. Had a lot of fun with it. Not too many problems at all. The camera that originally came with it was pretty crappy. Bad CMOS, 25 milliwatt only, and it was one of those cameras that if you looked in a kind of a bad light condition, and if it went down or looked into there, it just got real dark, so you couldn't even fly like instantly. So I wanted to put like a micro swift or something, but the measurements just didn't, and the weights didn't really pay to do it. On this one, it's also just a 2S. I'm using a 2S 75C Joning GN3 or GNB battery. These are actually pretty good batteries. They're all over the place on Banggood. And it flies good on 2S. And, you know, if you look at my other videos, it has great punch. I just recently put a new camera. I got it from Amazon, 20 bucks. It had the 200 milliwatt transmitter with the camera built in. It had extra in and out video lines, so I can put it, splice it into the OSD. And I like this better. You know, certainly it's not a CCD camera, but it's better, and it's a lot of fun to fly. And you know, this one is not one I would recommend because there's better 100 or micro quads out there, but it's fun. I like it. I could probably see me getting a 120, 130, and more advanced one maybe, but I don't think I'll be building one this size. It's just a little too small. But other than that, that's my 3 quads I'm flying basically right now, and I'm using the Fat Shock Dominator V3s. I like them. I actually just ordered a this new the new Ishin 100 DVR for those goggles, and I will be doing a new video to show how I can use them on the Dominators. Those record in HD, so we'll see how that goes. Those will be coming in. I'm getting it on Monday. So anyway, thanks for watching. Any questions, any comments, please go ahead and leave them down there. Please subscribe, please like, and thanks for watching.